So you just had a launch that failed. Customers aren't converting or little interest was generated. What do you do next? How do you recover? And it's a problem that most product marketers have experienced. And the fluffy stay positive or wait and see approach is never really the best idea. So let's dive deep into this issue of how to respond to a failed launch. And I'll go over my detailed plan that I've used at former jobs and with clients. First step is quick response protocol. The first few days should be a time for assessment. Here's the playbook. For day one, call a war room meeting. Get product, sales, marketing, CS, anyone from the C-suite that you can together for idea mapping. For advice, I like setting up a Miro board beforehand with these templates: a current metrics dashboard, a customer feedback matrix, and an action item tracker. For metrics, I like to pull these specific metrics from the last 7 days to analyze: daily active users, user retention rates, leads generated, website traffic, and conversion rate. Also, do a customer pulse check. Do this by sending out a 5-question survey to all users who have interacted with the product in the last 48 hours. Next step, root cause deep dive. Now this step requires a little bit more detective work. Schedule deep dives with each department: sales, product, CS, and use the 5 whys technique to identify root causes. Here's a framework on how to use the 5 whys, but essentially it's just asking the question why enough times until you identify a root cause. In addition, you want to conduct a customer interview probe, interviewing your top 5 customers, as well as 5 customers who gave you negative feedback. Here's some key questions to ask. You also want to take this time to refresh your competitor matrix. Try to identify gaps in areas where your competitors excel that you may have missed previously. The next step is a strategic pivot. For this step, meet with product to go over any product roadmap revisions you need to make based on findings and customer pain points. If there are feature bugs, prioritize fixing using the RICE scoring method of reach, impact, confidence, and effort. Then, work on the messaging overhaul based on your new insights. Create a new messaging hierarchy focusing on primary value proposition, key differentiators, and feature benefits. And finally, review pricing strategy. Analyze your current pricing model and compare against competitive alternatives and customer feedback. And consider implementing value-based pricing or even a freemium model to lower the cost of entry. Execution plan. For the execution plan, develop a content calendar to address any customer pain points or highlight any product improvements. If there were product improvements, try a re-engagement campaign with 3 emails. For the first one, an acknowledgement email, admitting any issues and promising improvements. The second one, an update email, sharing progress on any fixes and new features. And the last one should be a relaunch announcement, showcasing all improvements and offering incentives to retry. Which leads us to our last step, the relaunch and beyond. So if you've already had one failed launch, it's crucial not to make the same mistakes twice. So here's a brief plan. I would start with a soft launch and release to 10% of users and monitor a few key metrics over a few-week period. If the soft launch is successful, go ahead and move forward with the full launch. And consider a relaunch bundle offer, such as 3 months at 50% off for returning users. And lastly, continually monitor customer success by conducting regular check-ins with top customers, setting up a real-time dashboard, reviewing metrics that focus on user activation, feature adoption, churn rate, and conduct user testing sessions with tools such as user testing to validate any new features or identify pain points. A failed launch isn't a failed product. It's just a data point. But sometimes the data will tell you to cut your losses and sunset a product. And that's okay too. The key is to make your decisions quickly, systematically, and with your customer needs at the core of every choice. So that's all. Bye for now.